Hello guys, and welcome back to Birth of America 2, our French and Indian War playthrough here. In the last episode, we had a pretty, I'd say, important fight over here at Brattleboro, yes, where everyone inside the city surrendered, and then our little force here showed up and killed the attackers. Unfortunately, those units are now gone for good, which is a shame, but the threat is neutralized. In addition, we have seen some success in some battles over here, but now there's a massive, what appears to be massive French army outside this little fortress here, where I have a decent sized force of my own deactivated, currently hiding in the fort. I'm sending this dude over here to kind of try to be a reinforcement nearby, basically, but without charging into the zone, essentially. Go into this area, step into the fort, spend the time recuperating from the journey. We have also gotten a whole bunch of forts that showed up last episode too, and we have secured a port over here at Crown Point to secure our push north towards Montreal. Otherwise, we are waiting with most of our big forces right now because it's October, and if we didn't wait here, we would be stuck in the snow and dying of cold. We're also waiting even further south, if I can find it. Here. No, not here. Damn it. Let's hit the button until we find him. Almost. Here we go. With Braddock here, who I was going to go to his historical objective, but that was such a failure. I just don't want to fuck anything up. And I think the definition of fucking something up would have been just moving straight there without recuperating here from the journey, like the 3 or 4 month journey from here to here, and then going up here while he was deactivated so close to winter. Like, winter is basically next turn. I don't want to risk it, so we're gonna wait till after winter before our attacks. We've already made all the moves I think we need to make here though, so let's hit next turn and see how this goes. Okay, well, our turn's going here, and these fuckers didn't even go here. They didn't even go here. They didn't even attack up here. They went straight for Albany. So I was right. They really were going for Albany. They arrived, and we showed up, it looks like. But, oh, what even happened here? Oliver showed up, but he ran away, even though we had a victory. Only lost 41 men. I don't quite understand this situation. And now he's in passive mode. Let's close the window and see what happens. Nothing? Nothing's happening? Okay, nothing else happened, but oh my, there is, snow. Now, something I find interesting, but I don't fully understand here is that, well, we got only hit twice, and we hit them 5 times, and that's what's made this favorable result here. But I don't understand why we didn't have a penalty for crossing the river. We should have. And right now, I'm tempted to just kind of throw him back in here, even though it's being besieged, and then just try to throw him into the structure. I don't really think it works like that, but theoretically, if he attacks me while I'm here, then these guys would just get involved anyway by default. Either way, I know that these guys cannot hold this by themselves. 544 men. I've seen now what is in this army. 2,000 men. We only killed 141. No matter what this result is, it must be better if we throw some units over here. And I'm guessing we'd want to get them there as fast as possible. I mean, these guys aren't in friendly territory. They're in hostile territory in the middle of winter. We're not on the offensive, so they would be the ones to suffer the winter penalty in the snow for attacking. We would suffer some attrition, theoretically, by crossing over. Shallow may freeze, not frozen yet, unfortunately. Also, I noticed suddenly we have control of Oswego again. I don't really understand how that happened. Maybe, our units are projecting their power or something into other... Wait a minute, you're fixed? Why are you fixed? I think the Indians might go home at the end of the year, and that's why they get fixed. But I don't know how we got Oswego back. It's 50-50 split now, and apparently we own it, despite this guy being here. Now, this winter did come, over here, basically as fast as I feared. So, again, I'm very glad we didn't actually move on to attack anything. Where's this hidden little fortress I always lose control of? Yep, I was right. 3 turns, I thought. December, we would see the snow for sure come in. But I feared that we would see the snow before then, which is why I didn't attack here. Which is why I stayed in Fort Cumberland. It's why I stayed everywhere. And the snow did in fact spread basically as fast as I feared it would. Even in November, like half the map is in snow. So I'm glad to see my cautiousness has paid off. So I guess I messed up the landing of these troops and like I didn't have this selected or something. I thought I did. I could have sworn. So these guys never got landed. I'm already here, so theoretically he should just land them immediately. Otherwise, let's see. I might just throw these guys into port over here and see how that kind of goes. Theoretically, because I told them to land, they will land, and then these guys will go over here, which is going to take a damn while. Holy shit, what if I go down here? Okay, this is easy. This is only like 6 days. I don't know why this is so much shorter. Everything here is frozen. It shouldn't take so long to get over here. I don't know why that is. Alright, so I'll go park them over here. Theoretically, they should unload, and if they don't, I'll take care of it after winter. So this man here is still not activated. So just to ensure that even if I suffer major losses, that Albany can still be held or retaken if it falls, I'm just going to send him back towards here because he will get here by the end of the month. He won't really get here within the month, but at the very end of the month, like he might have 1 extra day if he doesn't get delayed. So I'm just going to send him back just in case this guy gets attacked and it proves to be a disaster and this guy takes over Albany. That way we can immediately basically commence a siege, I guess, and hold this location. Because despite, not being activated and not being able to attack, he still has a massive ass force. More massive than what this guy has. And he doesn't have to cross a river to get here. So, kind of getting in the way of my plans here. But Albany is very vital for me to defend, if not take back. Because it's like the center of all of my forces over here. These forces over here are doing fine. They're basically holding their own in the winter. The supply level is holding. So supply level 2, I mean, it could be worse. The supply level here is actually amazing now that we have this fort here. It's actually pretty good. We have all the food we need. We have all of everything we need. So I'm going to assume that we're holding our own here in the winter. And that's it. We're just going to stay here in the winter. That is all. And we will maybe come up to here when the winter ends. What is this? Surrounded by frozen water. Okay. But yeah, it says this has a power of 96. We have a power of 157 here. I have faith in our troops, but we just have to wait out this winter. This force is still besieging our little Indian town up here, although I don't see that they're going to accomplish anything. Our forces in here are looking pretty fine, and I think they've vastly outnumber and outpower the attacking force, who is sitting here in the middle of winter in unfriendly territory. I don't see how that can end well. We've sealed a new alliance with a native tribe, which has unlocked this native unit for us. So that's looking pretty awesome. But I think that makes me realize that the Guns for Natives did not go through again. And this time around, the supplies didn't go through either. Which has me thinking that for sure, only one of these can go through at a time. I'm not quite sure I understand the order or anything of how this works. Because, again, I just assume if I can click multiple things that it'll just work, but apparently not. We do have an elite infantry replacement. I don't know how that worked, actually. I don't know how we got that. It just says soldiers are being trained. Soldiers are being, given to the new garrisons, basically. But it doesn't say anything else. That being said, our guerrilla force has arrived in the south, and it seems pretty well off. I'm going to move it over here to Lynchburg and tell it to enter the structure so that we can basically refresh before doing anything. And then I think the next turn, this is going to be interesting, actually, because if I do want to attack this, I either have to, cross a river. Well, I guess I'm not going to attack it immediately. I might. I don't think Indian villages have walls, so I think the moment you get there, you basically just attack. I may just go around the river just in case, because I don't know if this counts as a river crossing if you can't sail up it like this. I'm gonna send this Indian unit here up to this location and make it enter the village when it gets there, so I can get him in a stack with, let's see if I can, god damn it. Here we go. So I can get him in a stack with this boy, so that I can basically throw him in here. I think this little Indian element that is merged with this commander counts as one of the, I believe, 3 units you can have for a force to be considered a small force. And I want to make sure this force stays small. So throwing one more Indian unit into here, if the general counts, basically, it would count as a 3-man unit here. And then I could run around and try causing havoc with this. Of course, he's going to be fixed for 5 turns unless he gets attacked, which, I mean, is fine by me, but it's a shame to have to wait. That being said, by the time he is unfixed, the winter should be over. And now we can also take this artillery and such, and this is, okay, I'll just drag it down here. And sailing around in the middle of the winter may not be smart in the frozen, harsh weather, but it's the beginning of the winter. It's going to be going on for so long. I'm just going to sail it up the coast here, up to New York, and then enter port, which is going to take over a turn. It's going to basically take 2 turns, especially while I'm unaware of what's exactly going to be happening up here at Albany. Hopefully it ends well with how many troops I'm throwing here, even if none of them are on the attack. Because if we do win this fight, not only do we make sure Albany stays secured, make sure everything here stays secured, but we will also get rid of a massive, what is, from what I could tell by that fight, a rather massive, I can find the battle here. Yeah, 2,000 men. The French don't have a lot of forces, especially not like concentrated forces. This would be a huge loss if we could absolutely demolish this stack, but we'll only see how this goes after I hit end turn. Speaking of hitting end turn, I think we're set to do that. So let's generate these AI files, cross our fingers, and hope that the people in Albany just don't surrender, basically. Ooh boy. Okay, so there's a conflict happening, and it's long processing, so this is a big battle. Okay, it's actually not that big. What the hell? So this guy's force is so much smaller out of nowhere. It's only 781 men? But that must mean that his unit split up and now there's Indians running around my countryside. Like, that's what that means, right? Either way, it was actually a British victory just with the defending militia and line infantry. Yeah, wow, this is really good line infantry. But just with the defending forces, they only lost 57 men. They killed 129, 4 hits to 5. If that continued, then we definitely wouldn't hold on to it. This is only day 1. That's not good. It doesn't look like he's attacking again. Okay. Oh. Natives defeat, so that's against me. It looks like he ran west as my native unit from down here was arriving up here. 92 men were lost, only 25 on their side. The forces inside the place took part, and I think we should still get in there. It's hard to tell. I think his units are just so much better than ours. Yeah, discipline at 9 on these raiders. Well, that's not looking too good. And the battle is continuing. We're on day 18. 30 men lost to our 125. That's not good. Taking 4 hits to his 1. Natives defeat. Okay. Oh, that one looks pretty good. We lost 0 men this time. We dealt 2 hits, took none. I don't know what the difference is now, but he lost 56 men. That's going to bring him down to about 150 to our 807, and he's still on the offensive. It's not every day either. I think this is on and off by the days. Another great natives victory, 0 men lost, another 56 men lost. Looks like he's losing men to attrition in between these fights too. He lost one of his raiders in the assault. This is looking real nice. Okay, 83 men. Wow, yeah. 61 men lost. 2 of the pips have been lost, and this should be the final nail in the coffin here. No, just a stalemate, no damage. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to make any more hits. I think everyone's basically sacrificed their combat efficiency. Yeah. But my god, we killed so many of them. This turn is actually proving to be pretty nice, unless the forces of Albany have surrendered without me knowing it. Yep, just repeatedly attack. He's actually running out of ammunition. I'm going through ammunition too, but he has less of it. Okay, let's see. And that should be the whole turn there. That should be everything. I'm afraid to check Albany. Nothing is achieved this month. Good, good, good. Surrounded by frozen water. Okay, now that we have everybody here, we can see... Oh, man. Okay, so this dude is still deactivated. Is he in the structure? Yes. No. Wait. Go into the structure. Okay, now you're in the structure. And now you're in the structure. Fort Albany. Good. So it's being pillaged because he's pillaging it for supplies. Our combat efficiencies are minimal. They're not looking very good right now for anybody in our power ratings. And that's probably because of us moving over here. These guys especially have lost like strength and cohesion by moving over here. But there's absolutely no way that he should be able to take Albany with this force now. This force needs time to replenish. Get back its cohesion, get back some strength. This force is only slightly injured, only slightly. And this force is actually doing pretty well. So I don't want to go on the offensive again because we're in the winter and the person that initiates an attack gets a huge penalty, which is probably why he has seen so little luck. But we've gotten these units past him. He was like afraid to attack the moment our troops showed up, so he stopped. So I'm just going to keep them all in the fort. And then hopefully he tries to attack and just gets himself killed. Or hopefully he just runs back northwest and gives up. If we take a look over here, looks like we have arrived. And I should be able to merge. Yep, we have arrived. We are inside the Indian village. And I have merged him into this little unit stack. And this tribe hasn't taken any damage. Only this one has taken any real cohesion and other losses? Yeah, only... So all the ones that were in the village, which I guess was kind of counting as a fort, I don't know. They didn't take any losses, really. Only this one took losses. That or they replenished, but this guy didn't. Either way, this dude stands no chance in a fight against us. Just no chance. So it looks like our little fleet up here suffered 7 damage from bad weather. That's to be expected. But it's pulled into port now. So it should have time to repair while it's here. The Carolina Volunteers did manage to get into the city. So let's see what we're going to do here. They got 22 strength right now, and I think that's at full strength, is it not? Average cohesion, 38. Wow, that's a lot lower than... Oh, they're only at 80 out of 160 men. That's why. They've probably taken some losses. They need some time to recuperate. So what's the deal with you guys? 160 men total? Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to pull you guys out of this stack, and we're going to leave them in the city. And they can be kind of like the militia protecting the place, especially because, they're not as versatile because of just the way they're limited up here. And we can take the Carolina Volunteers, and we can toss them into... Well, I didn't mean to put them in yours, so there we go. Carolina Volunteers Militia. Actually, no, never mind that. Let's leave the militia with Winslow. Take one of Winslow's actual regular elements, because militias aren't as good. And they also, I think they can do the same thing as Indians and kind of like go home at the end of the year, from what I've seen. So we'll give him, even though this goes over his command penalty, we have too many troops here, and a 1 over only gives a 5% penalty. It's not that bad. So we'll go ahead and we'll throw this regular regiment in here. It's weird. It's a different unit type, it looks like. Yeah, instead of 120, it has 160 line infantry. These are heavy infantry. Ah, there's a difference. Well, I'd like to get the line infantry thrown into here instead of a militia, and hopefully they play nice with the heavy infantry. One thing that is proving to have been a terrible idea was trying to move this in the middle of the winter. So I'm going to just try to beeline it like somewhere over here. Both of these are 14 days to arrive to, so I'm just going to try to throw this back into Philadelphia. I don't even remember where I started from. All I know is it was a terrible idea to try to send it anywhere in the winter. I really underestimated the amount of damage that would be taken, but hey man, this is why this is my first game, right? You live and you learn. So let's hit next turn and hope they make it back there without everybody dying. You can see already that this dude is literally abandoning his assault and running, just going right through our territory in the middle of winter. The middle of winter, hang on a second. And he only got this far. I can't imagine the amount of damage that this guy just took, the amount of attrition, the amount of deaths, if it's anywhere near as bad as this, basically. Here, you're inside the fort yourself. Yeah, look at this. It ran out of supply. It almost ran out of food. The strength on the cannons has gone down like crazy. Only 15 men. We lost like one of these little circular pips here. The ships themselves are damaged to all hell. Like, this isn't even where we started. I don't know where we started. I think we may have started more down here than, yeah, probably down here, around here. I don't remember. We got like halfway there or something. And then it just turned out to be a terrible idea. So I'm just going to let our guys off here and just let them sit here and recuperate, because sailing in the winter is a terrible, terrible idea in this game. Don't do it, I've learned. Luckily, it's just on a supply unit and some Royal Artillery. So hopefully that's not too bad. So we have some stuff coming in here. I don't quite understand all this stuff. More ammunition supplies from home. More ammunition supplies. Oh man, there's so much stuff. Replacement for 2 lost companies of British regulars arrived from England. I guess these are the regulars. 1 lost company of irregular units. 2 lost companies of regulars. And replacements for lost loyalist militia companies are raised from the Americas. There's all the militias. I don't know what it means by lost companies. Replacements for them. I really don't understand what it means by that. But right here, oh boy, guys, we just got another one of these irregular corps here, which I don't even know where that came in. Hello? Oh, what is this? Messengers, categories together. A bunch of units have been disbanded. These provincial units. Oh yeah, a bunch of the militias. I guess it's the new year, and like I said, a lot of the militias are just being completely disbanded. Anywhere there was a militia, they have just basically ceased to exist. So that's something that happens with militias. The volunteers. Oh my god, almost his entire force disappeared. Do you see this? Almost his entire force disappeared. Yeah, they just disbanded. I don't know what to make of that. I can't really get him back. Wow. There probably happened the same thing for the French in that case. What's your status then? Okay, what if I toss you in there then? Maximum command. Did it just go up? It just went up. What if I toss you out? What now? Maximum command is 2. Oh, really? So they're combining their, like, command, essentially, to make a more sizable force that they can, well, command. The Carolina Volunteers stayed, but a lot, and I mean a lot, of other units just disbanded. I don't know if the same will happen to the French, since most of their units are Indians, but I know my Indians seem to return home after a while, so that's good. Expeditionary force. This is the militia. This is the militia of Albany. But now they're open to be used elsewhere here. Well, I think I'm going to take this garrison here, because it is a heavy infantry. This is no mere garrison. I'm going to toss it into this expedition now that he's lost so many of his units to this, like, militia purge. I assume, yeah, the same thing has happened up here. Almost all of this guy's units have just vanished. That kind of gets in the way of my plans a little bit. All these regiments just being disbanded like that. I definitely can't go attack up here next turn. I don't really know what I can do next turn, or even when the winter's over. You may be giving me replacements, but what can I use these replacements on if all my troops are gone? Okay, so there seems to be some good news here. While I don't think any of my engagement points have, like, gone through... Oh, look at the damage. I don't think any of my engagement points have actually been spent on the guns for natives or anything. It looks like we have some new things. Send more troops for 25 EP, 2 units of regulars in Halifax, send more ships, and send Highlanders. They're all in Halifax, and I think Halifax is down here? Halifax. I remember seeing it somewhere around here. I may be going crazy. Okay, here we go. Nope, Fairfax. Where the hell's Halifax? Is there a Control F? Okay, well, I don't know where Halifax is, but hopefully these work and I can get all these things sent down here. What is this, 25? Actually, I don't have enough for all of this. So let's just do the land troops because, my God, I need more land troops. Send more merchants. Ooh, that could help with EP. I need troops more than anything, though. All my militias just fucking vanished. I really wasn't expecting it. The supply cart will come in handy. The irregulars will come in handy. I think I'm going to probably move this down south to where these other troops are, who right now I just have sitting in here because winter and I don't know how far south it spreads. But yeah, this game's really throwing me for a loop right now. I had no idea so many of my units would just vanish over the winter. But hopefully we get a good amount of troops that we can replace them with. I mean, all those militia units basically went back into the replacement, so hopefully they just rise up elsewhere, and then I can kind of like muster them and then get them going again. There was absolutely no combat of any kind this turn. Okay, so this is Halifax, up here in Nova Scotia. We just got 2 regular infantry, someone's Highlanders, and oh my God, this is 1 unit that's like worth 60. I have to get this up here. We know when the winter's done and I can actually afford to send it. This expeditionary force here should be brought somewhere else that actually needs the troops. Have you given me any ways to get more units? It really doesn't look like it. I could try to train an elite soldier again, but that's only going to go into my, here. I need more actual units, game. That's basically all there is to do this turn, so let's just hit next turn, I guess. My Indians should be getting ready to run around at least, so... okay, processing the turn. I saw some naval units moving around. I didn't even have to retake Oswego myself. It's like it just took control of itself. And all the French had to retreat because of the winter, which I did predict. How long are you locked here? 1 more turn till I can use this guy. Oh my God, guys. Braddock recalled to England. He has failed to capture Fort Duck and is recalled to London to explain. What the fuck? The game did not in any way inform me that I was on a time limit in order to capture that fort. And now I just lost my leading commander, and I don't even understand at this point. So now I have a force here that has a 10% penalty because of a lack of commanders. I have no idea what to do. Apparently we signed a treaty with the Cherokee Nation. If we build forts, they give us units, basically. Man, I am so lost right now. This game did not tell me any of this shit would happen, and like half of my troops have just disappeared out of nowhere. My most important commander has been recalled because I didn't take an objective that the game didn't even tell me was an objective. I only knew that he attacked this place because I had the historical knowledge that he did so, but he died while trying to attack it. I didn't have any idea that if I didn't take it within the first year, which by the way, I would have had to rush up here to pull off, and while I probably could have done it, the losses would have been disgustingly bad. Now I just lose him and fuck, what do you even do in this situation? Oh boy. Yeah, man, I'm at a loss right now. I think I'm just gonna save the game here, end this episode here, and figure out what to do next time now that the game's just done all this crap. Oh boy, man. Rough episode, and we didn't even lose any fights. Like, everything was going so well, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, your advantage, gone. Your forces, gone. Your generals, gone. Shit, dude. I wish the game at least, I don't know, told you this was gonna happen somewhere. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and Have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.